Hey, hello everyone. Good morning. Can you confirm audible or not? Can anyone?
Yes, sir.
So, where we stopped in the last session, I asked you to complete HTML and CSS. Did you? Did you complete it? HTML and CSS? Hmm? Any one of you? So, tell me one line answer why we go for HTML. One line answer. Tell me anyone. One line answer.
It is
Why we
used
go
to
for
creating a static web pages.
to create the static web pages. Next. Okay, if you want to prepare some templates, render inside the browser, then you can go with HTML or not. Simply, okay, I want to prepare some content which is render inside where? Inside browser, right? I want to prepare some content render inside the browser. Render means show inside the browser. Then you can go with HTML. What about CSS? To the above content. Above content. Okay, if you want to make it like look and feel. Yes or no? To the above content. Already content is there. To the above content. Okay, if you want to make it look and feel. Make it look and feel. Then the time, we can go with the CSS or not. What about JavaScript? What
Just
about
not legible, sir.
on the above content? Okay, perform some actions. To perform some actions. Then you can go with what? JavaScript or not. See, online answers. If you want to prepare some content, render inside the browser, then you can go with HTML. Simply right click on it, inspect it, go to Elements tab, come here, right click on it, edit as HTML. Okay, delete everything. Okay,
I
this
think
is
you're
my.
not sharing, sir.
Let me share my screen. Now come here. Is it visible now?
Yeah,
Is it
you can
visible
see.
now? Yeah. Now see, okay, here my H1 Sachin, the content render inside the browser or not? Content rendered inside the browser. Okay, the next one is what? Come on. What next? Hmm? If you want to make it like look and feel, this content, if you want to make it like look and feel, okay, how we can make it like look and feel? Okay, you can apply some CSS, color red. This content, if you want to make it like look and feel, then you can go with what? Then you can go with CSS. Yes or no? Then you can go with CSS. What about next one? If you want to perform some actions is nothing but what? Click on this one. That is one action. Yes or no? If you want to perform some actions on the content, then you can go with what? If you want to perform some actions on the content, then you can go with what?
JavaScript.
JavaScript. So, how we can perform some actions? Can anyone tell me some actions? Can anyone tell me some actions?
Get element by ID.
Okay, just if you want to click on this Sachin, I want to make it like Dhoni. Okay, just give an example. Okay? If you want to click on the Sachin, that is an action. Then the time, what kind of action you want to perform? Okay, just I want to change the name is like Dhoni. So for that, whatever the code I'm writing now, that is JavaScript code or not? That is JavaScript code or not? Now see, I written. If we click on this search in, now it's start to be like what? Dhoni or not? So one line answers C. I have okay some content. I want to prepare some content, render inside the browser. Then you can go with HTML. To that content, if you want to make it like look and feel, then you can go with the CSS. On the content, if you want to perform some actions, then you can go with what? JavaScript or not. On that content, if you want to perform some actions, then you can go with JavaScript. Yes or no? Understood? Okay. Now, why we go for JavaScript? If anybody asks, what's your answer? Why we go for JavaScript? If anybody asks, what's your answer? What's your answer? If you want to perform some actions on the content, if you want to perform some actions on the content, how we can prepare using some elements. So finally, if you want to perform some actions on the elements, then you can go with the JavaScript or not. Simple answer. Yes, no. If you want to perform some actions on the elements, then you can go with JavaScript. Now tell me, I didn't use any editors, Notepad or VS Code. Okay, I didn't use. If you want to practice HTML and CSS, in which tab we can practice? In the developer console window? In the elements tab, we can practice or not. Here you can write the HTML and that elements, which CSS properties you want to apply, that CSS properties you can write in the styles section. This is my H1. Color applied like red. If you want to write my font family, if you want to add some font family, now see, I'm able to add it or not. Yes or no? If you want to apply one more property, font size, I'm able to apply that font size or not. So in the elements tab, you can do two things. One is like whatever the content loaded, that content related source code is nothing but that content prepared using which elements. So that elements we can see. The next thing is like that element applied with which CSS properties, those CSS properties also we can see. That is elements tab. But if you want to add, okay, if you want to write some script, that means if you want to perform some actions to that, I need to write some JavaScript code. Where we can write the JavaScript code and where we can execute in which tab? In which tab? In the developer console window, there has a console tab is there. In the console tab, okay, what we can do? Okay, in the console tab, what we can do? Come on, in the console tab, what we can do? You can write the JavaScript code and you can execute that JavaScript code snippet or not. You can write and execute the JavaScript code snippet or not. Come on. All are okay? No. You got some idea, right? One line answers. Now you can go to our actual JavaScript topics. See, one thing you have to keep in your mind. If you learn JavaScript, some of the concepts properly, if you learn JavaScript, some of the concepts properly, the same concepts we can use in Python, concepts wise, in Java, okay, in .NET, in PHP, remaining all server-side technologies, we are going to use same kind of concepts. So that focus on any one of the programming languages. If you learn Python, you can understand some of the concepts easily in Java, .NET, PHP, JavaScript, something like this. If you learn JavaScript, now our thing is like learn JavaScript. If you learn JavaScript, some of the concepts, okay, in Python, Java, .NET, PHP, Salesforce, some of the concepts you can easily understand. So learn one programming language properly, you can apply those concepts in another programming languages also. Okay, I will tell you, don't worry about that one, how to practice. Any programming language you can take it, not only JavaScript. Now don't stick with only JavaScript, just generalize the things, explore the things to the next level. If you, okay, any programming language, if you learn, the basic concepts are what you know. Okay, first concept is like variables. The next concept is like functions. Okay, the next concept is like, see, I'm writing the concepts which are common for all the programming languages. Which are common for all the programming languages. The next one is like variables of functions. Okay, The next one is like operators. The next one is like flow controls. Very important one is like oops. Very important is like oops. The next one is like exception handling. Exception handling. Okay, these are the concepts. Okay, if you learn in JavaScript, the same concepts you can apply. Okay, the same concepts. Okay, you can learn in Python, in Java, in .NET. Okay, most important thing is like oops. In any programming language you can take. You joined in one company as like a Java developer or Python developer, whatever. Okay, you written there has 100 lines of code. You written 100 lines of code or 1,000 lines of code you written. It's not a matter. Each and every line what you written, that is fall or come under one of the oops concept. Each and every line, okay, fall under one of the oops concept. Understood? Each and every concept come under, okay, each and every line come under one of the oops concept. Now if you know the oops concept properly, okay, that means in depth if you learn, okay, then that time you can, okay, explore each and every line. Oh, this line is belongs to this concept in oops, this line is belongs to this concept in oops, something like this. You can explore it. If you don't have a proper idea on oops, okay, just you write one line of code, okay, that is just think like one normal line. Okay, you not think, okay, in depth. It is like which kind of oops concept involved in that particular statement. If you learn these oops concepts in JavaScript, the same definitions and everything, syntactically there has a change. You can easily learn Python, you can easily learn Java oops concepts, you can easily learn .NET oops concepts, you can easily learn PHP, any server-side related TypeScript, server-side related, okay, languages oops concepts you can easily learn. Understood? Got my point? Okay, that the reason, okay, focus more on this area. Okay, there is not only these, there are so many topics are there, but these topics are common frequently used topics in any programming language. Okay, the next one is like why JavaScript is this much important means, see, if you go for any interview, okay, the interview is like 60 minutes. Okay, for example, first 5 to 10 minutes they spent on, okay, HTML and css. The next minimum 30 minutes they are going to spend on JavaScript only. Minimum 30 minutes they are going to spend on JavaScript. Okay, for example, if you go for, okay, this is like a UI interview, okay, as like a front-end engineer. If you go for any Java related interview, if it is like 60 minutes, minimum 30 minutes they are going to spend on core Java. If you go for .NET interview, okay, minimum 30 minutes they are going to spend on C sharp. If you go with the Python, okay, minimum, okay, 30 minutes so they are going to spend on, okay, your core and advanced Python. Okay, what you can understand this process means, from this process means, in interviews they focus most of the times on the core things. Why they focus on the core things means, today in the market React is like ruling. For example, React is like ruling as like a front end. Okay, today in the market, okay, the React is like ruling. But in future, okay, in 1 or 2 days or 10 days, okay, 1 or 2 years or 10 years, my React is replaced with one more JavaScript library. Up to here there is no change. Okay, next 100 years also, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, new features are going to add maybe, but the base things are never change. Okay, but on top of JavaScript there has libraries, frameworks are there na, those are like keep on changing now. Okay, React is ruling. Okay, after 5 years there has one more library replaced React, which is like, okay, compare with React, it is like very good, the people think like that, then that obviously they are going to switch to another library or not. Then that time, see, my HTML, CSS, JavaScript, whatever you learn, that is never change. Okay, now if you want to learn the new library, the base of the new library again what, JavaScript only or not, any front-end library you can take it, they built on top of JavaScript only, they built on top of JavaScript only, there is no other chance, there is no other choice. Why? My front-end applications are going to run in the browser, my browser can understand only three things: HTML, CSS, JavaScript. In the interviews, they focus on JavaScript. Today, my client asked, hey, can you develop my application in the, okay, React, okay, in the, by using React technology. After that, another client come and said, he said like, hey, I want to use this new library. If your team is not having some idea on this new library, don't worry. If your team is like good and strong in this particular JavaScript area, if you give 1 week time to them, they can easily learn this new library. Why? Because any new library come into the market means those built on top of what, JavaScript only or not. That the reason companies most of the times focus on the core things. Core things. Okay, if you have a good knowledge on core things, companies think like, okay, today my project is like React. It's not like always on React. My client asked like another new library, then the term obviously you have to do it, there is no other option. For that, do you want me to spend, okay, 3 months or 4 months to train my people? No company, okay, spend 3 months, 4 months, something like that. They are going to give 1 week time, hey, learn this new library. Who can learn? Who has good idea on JavaScript, they can easily learn. Who has good idea on core Java, any Java related frameworks they can learn. If you have a good knowledge on C sharp core thing, they can learn any .NET related or not. If you have an idea on core and advanced, there are so many things are there in the core and advanced Python. So you can go with Django, you can go with the Flask, you can go with the fast API. In future, if you want to go as like a data engineers, like data analytics, data engineer, data scientist, generative AI, agentic AI, okay, something like this, which are work with data, the core thing is like what, Python only or not. That's the reason the companies are like mostly focusing on core things. Okay, here also in front end, our core thing is like what, JavaScript or not. Understood why JavaScript is like that much important? Okay, not only JavaScript, why core things are that much important? Got my point? Okay, okay, let's start our first topic, variables. First topic is like variables. Now tell me why we go for variables in any programming language. Again, I'm telling these concepts common for any programming language. These concepts are common for any programming language. Okay, why we go for variables? If you know Python, in Python, why we go for variable? The same definition here also applicable, but the Python syntax is different, but my JavaScript syntax is different. That's it. But the definition is there na, that definition is common, that definition is like common. Tell me.
Variable is a container, it stores a single value.
Variable is a container, it stores a single value. Okay, any other answers? Okay, very simple. Any program you can take. Okay, any program. Okay, you can go to the internet, you can see the Java program. You can go to internet, you can see the .NET program. Any program you can take. Okay, we are going to work with data only. Yes, no? You are going to work with data only. Find the sum of two numbers. Number one, number two. That is data only or not? Print 1 to 10 numbers. Okay, each and every number, it's related to data only or not? Yes or no? Given number is like palindrome or not? The given number 20. 20 is my input data or not? Any program you can take internally you work with some data only or not? Yes or no? That data, if you want to use in future or now, you have to keep that data somewhere or not. Okay, whenever you keep the data somewhere, for example, there has one item I given to you. Okay, that item, if you want to use it now, you can use it. In future, if you want to use that item, you have to keep somewhere in your house or not, in your home or not. Okay, whenever you keep that item, okay, whenever you required, you kept somewhere, right? Whenever you required, and you can go and get it and use it or not. Same thing here also. The variables are used for what in your program, which are used for to store the data or not. Variables are used for what? Okay, to store some data, that's it. Okay, data is nothing but what? Okay, it's like a facts. The data can be, okay, amount 1000, it's a data. Okay, one player name is there, Sachin. It's a data. One student, I have to tell that student is like promoted to the next class or not. Is he promoted? True or false? It is also data. Yes or no? Got my point? So these all are come under what? Okay, data section only or not. Yes or no? So this data I want to store somewhere for future purpose or not. This data I want to store somewhere for future purpose. So how I can store this data for future purpose in my program means that is possible by using variables. So why we go for variables? If anybody asks in Python, Java, .NET, PHP, JavaScript, it's not a matter. The definition is like same. Why we go for variables? Variables are used for what? To store some data, simply to store some data. If you understand something next level, then that you can change the definition. But basic definition you can like this: to store some data or not. Understood? Got my point? So the next one is like, you said like store some data. So how to create the variable or not? How to create the variable? Where? How to create the variable in JavaScript. Next, once you learn how to create the variable in JavaScript, don't stop here. You can check in internet how to create variable, okay, in Python. The next one is like how to create a variable in Java. Next one, how to create a variable in PHP. Next, how to create a variable in .NET, something like this. Just explore it. Okay, first our goal is like this one. Our goal is like this one. So how to create the variable in JavaScript in any programming language? Okay, if you want to work with one concept, if you want to learn one concept, these concepts not created by you or not introduced by you. Who introduced this variables concept in JavaScript, in variables concepts in function, oops concepts in JavaScript? Okay, who introduced? Who? Okay, this particular language is not introduced by me. Some ex-person introduced or not. Who introduced Java? Who introduced JavaScript? Who introduced PHP? Okay, they provided you some of the guidelines, okay, some of the rules to create a variable, or you create a function, you create a something, you can create a class, whatever it may be. They provided you some rules or not. Those rules you have to follow. Okay, those rules, terminology wise, we can say syntactical rules. So that to create the variable, first of all, what is the syntax to create the variable in JavaScript? That is the question. To create a variable in JavaScript, okay, what is the syntax? Okay, the syntax and everything provided by whom? Who introduced JavaScript? Those people only. So tell me, what is the syntax to create the variable in JavaScript? Very simple. There has three syntaxes over there. Okay, there has how many syntaxes? Three. That means three ways we can create a variable. The first one, the first syntax is variable name and variable value. The first syntax is what? Variable name and variable value. Okay, that is the first syntax. What about the next one? That is my first syntax. What about the next one? Okay, next one is like data type, and variable name and variable value. Data type, variable name and variable value. This is another syntax. The next syntax is what you know, data type and variable name. That's it. Data type and variable name. These are the three ways. Okay, these are the three ways we can use to create a variable where. Create a variable where. Come on. Create a variable in JavaScript.
JavaScript.
In JavaScript or not. Understood? So, shall we create the first one? Okay, first, why we go for variables? To store some data. My data is like 1000. Okay, can I store this 1000 in my variable? How we can? How we can? Very simple. My data is always come under value section. What is my data? What is my data here? The data is always come under value section, 1000. What is my variable name? What is my variable name? What is my variable name? The variable name can be anything, A, B, C, D, anything you can put it. But always recommended the variable name should okay, reflect, should tell something about your value. Here, what is my value? 1000. This 1000 can be anything, right? Okay, can be anything is nothing, but it's like a general number. It's like an amount. Okay, it's like one student mocks. It is like one player runs. Can be anything or not. As a developer, I know this 1000 I am using like an amount. Then that time, instead of putting like A, B, C, if I write like A, okay, what you can understand about 1000? 1000, it's a number first. 1000 may be an amount, maybe runs of the player, maybe one student marks. I don't know that one. If you write this particular variable name like this, it can represent anything. I don't know exactly. But whenever as a developer, you are trying to create a variable with some value, you know what is this value as a developer, that is amount. Then that time, can you give the proper name like amount? Whenever I defined a variable with the name amount, I can understand this 1000 is represent like what amount. If any new developer come, he can see this variable. That time he can understand like amount. Oh, this guy created one variable. Okay, the amount which stores like 1000 or not. Something like this he can understand or not. That's the reason the variable name can be anything, no problem, but always recommended to use the proper names which represents your value or not. Agreed? One point. Yes or no? So this is the simple way create a variable in JavaScript. This is what first syntax or not. What is my first syntax? Variable name and come on, variable name and variable value. Okay, na? Done. The next syntax is what? What is my next syntax? Come on.
Data type, variable name equal to variable value.
Okay, next data type, data type, variable name and variable value or not. Here in JavaScript, data types are what? Okay, what are the data types you have? Means we have three data types are there, where, let, constant. Okay, these are the three data types. And then as usual, what? Your variable name and variable value or not. Understood? But the thing is what, you know, data type, I used the terminology to where let constant. Actually, that is not the suitable terminology. Data type is nothing but it should represent the type of your data or not. But where amount 1000, is it something like my where is represents 1000 type? No. But come to the Java, whenever you create a variable with amount, int amount equals to 1000. Now see, this integer data type represents the type of your data or not. This integer data type represents what? Type of your data or not. Yes or no? Got my point? So if you come to this particular data, okay, data types in JavaScript, we have where let constant is there. Don't think about these where let constant, which are represent the type of your data. These are represent something about the behavior of your variable. Okay, here where let constant, it's not tell something about the type of your data. It's not tell something about the type of your data like Java. Not tell something about the type of your data like Java. It's not like, okay, Java, it's not tell something about, okay, the type of your data. Okay, it tells what? It tells something about the behavior of the variable. At this moment, you don't know what is behavior. In future, we can discuss. Got my point? Okay. Now, these are the data types we are going to use in JavaScript. Understood, everyone? These are not tell something about the type of your value. These are not tell something about your type of your value. Okay, here 1000 is there. If you write like var amount equals to 1000, what is this var? Okay, it is not represent something about the type. Now, if you write like var name equals to Sachin, okay, here var amount equals to 1000. See, here also I use it like var, here also I use it like var. It is not, here it represents, okay, string. Here it represents what? Amount. It is not like exactly what kind of data it is going to represent or not. Agreed? That the reason the point is what? Var let constant not tell something about the type of your data. It is not tell something about this is string data and this is like integer data. But in Java, that particular value number means your data type should be integer. Okay, if it is like string means your data type should be string. Okay, in Java, it is going to, in .NET, it is going to work like that. But in JavaScript, my var let constant data types are there, but those are not tell something about the type of your data. It is going to tell something about the behavior of your variable. Okay, if it is like var, it is like a block level scope. If it is like let, okay, var, it's like a functional scope, let block level scope, constant block level scope. Like this, it is going to tell something about the behavior. At this moment, just leave it. Okay, why? Because we have a separate concept is there, var let constant. That time you can know. But now our main focus is like how to create the variable in JavaScript different ways. First one is what? Variable name, variable value. The second one is what? Data type, variable name and variable value or not. Yes or no? So here the data types are what? In JavaScript, var let constant. This var let constant tells something about the type of your data? No, does not tell something about the type of your data like Java. Okay, in Java, they are going to tell something about the type of your data, the data type. Okay, this is one way of creating a variable. This is the second one. The next one is like data type, just variable name. Variable name. This is also a valid syntax to create. This is also valid syntax to create a variable without any value. If it is not like value, the default value it is going to take in JavaScript. What is the default value? We'll see that. We'll see that. Got my point? These are the three syntaxes we can use to create the variables in JavaScript. These are the three syntaxes we can use to create a variables in JavaScript or not. Done. I know the syntax. Now this is the time to do the practical. I want to execute this one. If you want to do the practical or if you want to execute some JavaScript code, okay, you can go one of the editor. You can write the JavaScript code. You can practice it. That is one thing. I already told you to practice HTML, CSS, JavaScript. No editor, nothing is required. Only browser is enough. No editor, nothing is required. Only browser is enough or not. So let's open the browser. Let's open the browser. Now come here and do inspect. Come here and do inspect. Now if you go to the console, if you go to the console, here in the elements tab, you can write HTML and CSS. In the console tab, you can execute any kind of JavaScript code. It's a kind of JavaScript working environment or not. Already we discussed about the developer console window. That time, okay, I said like what? That time what I said, my console is used for log some messages like info messages, error messages, warning messages. Okay, all these things we can, at the same time you can write the JavaScript code and you can execute it or not. Now this is the time to use our console to write some JavaScript code or not. Okay, let's go. First, if you want to create a variable, the first syntax is what? Variable name and variable value. Variable name can be anything. Okay, now the variable value is like something like this. Now see, there has one variable created or not. There is no error, nothing. There is no error, nothing. Okay, okay. Day by day, you can try to use the console so that, okay, it's like you can make it like habituate. Okay, how the console is going to work. Okay, day by day, try to practice something. Okay, I will tell. Okay, just you can wait. This is my variable creation or not. Okay, now is it really created or not? Okay, two things I can. One is like there is no error. Okay, there is no red. Okay, the message with red color. Okay, so it's like everything is like, okay, went well. How we can understand it's like executed properly means, okay, for example, if I write like this, now see, there has something like this. Now I can understand there has an error is there, but this kind of message I didn't see at the time of executing this particular statement or not. So I can confirm like what? There is no error. So I created one variable with this syntax or not. So variables are used for what? Why we go for variables? Why we go for variables? To store some data. To store some data. Which data you stored? 10,000. In which variable you stored? Amount. So is it really stored or not? If you want to check, just you can use that variable. See, whenever you use that variable, you can see the data which you stored or not. Okay, now see, my amount is like what? My amount is like what? 10,000 or not. Agreed? This is one kind of syntax, variable name and variable value. Can anyone tell me the next syntax? Come on, what is my next syntax? Huh?
Data type, variable name is called variable
Data
value.
type and my variable name, anything you can give. Okay, the variable value is like Sachin. Whenever the value is like Sachin, my name should represent that value. My Sachin is like a player. That's the reason just I added like player name. Now, whenever you click on this one, now my player name variable created. Now see my Sachin. The difference we can see later. First of all, focus on how to create. That's it. So you created a player name variable. Again, no error. Now my player name is what? Sachin or not? So one more variable created or not? Yes or no? Now instead of where, you can go with what? Let to constant also. But in future, the difference also we can discuss. This is the next one. Next one, tell me. What is the next one? Another syntax. Can anyone?
Data type.
That variable name, okay, my variable value, that's it. Okay, variable name, only variable name, there is no value. Data type and variable name, that's it. Now see, this is also valid only or not? This is also valid only. There is no error, nothing. But what missed here? What was missed? The value missing or not? You created a variable, but there is no value. Now, one statement, can anyone tell me? Okay, you not assign any value. If you not assign any value to the variable in JavaScript, what is the default value it's taking?
100.
undefined or not. So one statement, simple statement in JavaScript, what is the default value for the variable? In JavaScript, what is the default value for the variable? What is your answer?
Undefined.
Undefined.
Is the default value or not? So these are the three ways you can create a variable in JavaScript or not. Understood? The difference, again, I'm telling difference we'll see, we'll discuss later once you comfort with these syntaxes. So first thing is like what? Why we go for variable? Okay, simple answer is like to store some data. This definition is common for not only JavaScript, this definition is common for any programming language or not. In Java, if anybody asks why we go for variable, what's your answer? To store some data. That's it. In Python, if anybody asks, what's your answer? To store some data. In PHP, somebody asks why we go for variable, to store some data or not. Yes or no? So the first part you completed, the definition of variable. The next part is what? How to create the variable or not. In JavaScript, these many ways to create the variable. But in Python, how to create the variable? Okay, now this is the time to compare with other programming language. You learn one concept in one programming language. Don't stop there. Compare that particular topic with other programming languages. Then you can, okay, get some idea on remaining other programming languages also or not. Why? Because not this in this particular, okay, case, if you observe, okay, now current situation, if you observe, no one is like, okay, only stick with one programming language. You have to explore the things, okay, to the next level. Why? Because, okay, they are going to expecting like front end, okay, they are expecting like back end. Okay, if you have some data related operations like Python, something like this also, they are going to expecting DevOps knowledge, they are expecting. So that you should, okay, perfect in multiple areas, okay, at this moment. Okay, not like, okay, in the past only React JS developer means only React only they're expecting, but now, okay, that kind of situation is not there in the market. You have to learn multiple things. You have to learn multiple things. Understood? So, okay, in Python, how to create the variable? Very simple. Okay, can anyone know Python? Variable name and the variable value. That's it. That's it. Okay, that means, see, in JavaScript, if you know how to create the variable, similar kind of syntax only here you are using or not? Yes or no? In Java, if you want to create a variable, how you can create a variable? Very simple. My data type and a variable name and variable value or not. Variable value or not. In PHP, if you want to create a variable, how to create a variable? Variable name and a variable value. In .NET, if you want to create a variable, simply, okay, variable name and variable value, and like Java, data type also you have to mention. Okay, now I am not asking like all the programming languages. Simply front end you can learn JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and React. Back end web application development purpose, at least get an idea on Java or .NET. Java or .NET, not both. Java or .NET is okay. And the next one is like data related operations. Okay, if you want to become like a data scientist or AI engineer or data analytics or data, okay, scientist, that kind of role in future, if you want to play, okay, the Python playing an important role. So that Python you can learn. So, okay, web application development purpose, server side, I'm using Java. Okay, data related operations, just I prefer like Python. Front end technologies, we are using like HTML, CSS, JavaScript with React. Like this, you have to, okay, plan. Got my point? You have to learn. Understood? Okay, okay then. Now let's do small practical, okay, Python and this one also. See here. Let's go to any online editors. There has multiple online editors or there, no need to install Python, nothing is required. Now kalamschools.com is our online editor. Just go to the Python. This is the Python one. Now see, in Python, if you want to create a variable, how we can create a variable? Variable name and variable value. That's it. Okay, now can you print it? Now my variable gets created or not? Simple. Yes, no? My variable is created or not? In JavaScript, if you want to go, how we can go with the JavaScript? Tell me. My name equals to Sachin. Okay, now you can print it. Okay, what is this console.log, all these things? Okay, just for now, just hold it. Okay, my name equals to Sachin. Now see, my Sachin printed or not? For example, if you write like where, now see, my where Sachin or my where Dhoni or something like this, it's printed or not? Now, got my point. Now, if you want to go to the next one is like Java, how to create a variable in Java? Int my amount equals to 1000. Okay, now can I print my amount? Can I print my amount? Now see, printed or not? Okay, in Java, the data type integer, which represents what? The type of your data or not. For example, if I write like Sachin, now it gives an error. Why? Because in Java, it's like type strict. Your data is what? What is your data? What is your data? String. But here what you represent? Here what you represent? Integer. Integer. It is like incompatible type or not? See, incompatible type. Okay, it's like a string, so that you can create a variable, okay, with string data type or not. With the string data type or not. Now, that's okay, my Sachin. Yes, no? Got my point? Very simple. Okay, how to create a variable in JavaScript, how to create a variable in Python, and how to create a variable in Java or not. Okay, the definition is what? Common for all programming languages. Okay, why we go for variable in Python interview? Somebody asked the basic question. Okay, to store the data, what is the syntax? Variable name and variable value. Something like this you can say. In Java, the definition never change. To store the data only. What is the syntax? The data type and variable name and variable value. In Java, always tell your data type represents the type of your data or not. What is my data type? Come on. What is my data type? Tell me, what is my data type? String. So it represents the type of your data. Here, what is my data? Sachin. So my Sachin data type is like string. It's represented or not? Yes or no? But in JavaScript, now where name equals to Dhoni. If I write something like this 1000, will it work or not work? In JavaScript. In JavaScript.
Work.
It's going to work. Why? Because in JavaScript, where let constant not tell something about the type of your data or not. That is only the point, right? Here I written where let constant not tell something about the type of your data or not. What is going to tell? It tells something about the behavior of your variable. What is that behavior? At this moment, we not discuss it. In future, we can discuss. Agreed? Come on. All are okay? How to create a variable? How to create a variable in JavaScript, in Java, in Python, in Python. Okay, I'm not telling like all the concepts are common, but okay, the important concepts, okay, see variables, functions, okay, the purpose never change, syntax is going to change, operators, flow controls are okay. Most important thing is like oops. These oops concepts are like the definitions common for all. In any programming language, oops take like an important role. Okay, whatever the language, whatever, okay, the code you written, how many lines of code you written, each and every line fall under one of the concepts of oops. Okay, there we are going to discuss like class, object. The next one is like inheritance, polymorphism, overloading, overriding, abstraction, encapsulation. These all are like OOPS concepts. Okay, if you learn these OOPS concepts properly, then you can explore the things to the next level. You can explore the things to the next level. I mean, okay, if you write one code, okay, this code coming from this particular OOPS concept, something like this, you can understand. Agreed, everyone? So for good. Any questions? How to create the variable? Up to here, anyone have any questions? Hmm? Up to here, how to create a variable? Anyone have any questions? No? Okay, then. I'm going to write one statement now that is 100% valid statement, but you are the person, just this statement is like valid, I said, so that you have to prove it. Okay, you are right. It's like a valid statement only. Something like this, you can prove it. What is my statement? Okay, JavaScript is a tiny pick. Okay, JavaScript is a dynamically typed programming language. Dynamically typed programming language, but Java is not. JavaScript is a dynamically typed programming language. JavaScript, Python also. JavaScript and Python is like a dynamically typed programming languages, but Java is not. This is the statement. This is 100% correct statement. 100% correct statement. From your end, I am expecting like prove it. That is correct only, right? Then prove it. That is my question. Anyone knows why the JavaScript and Python is like a dynamically typed programming language? How we can say JavaScript and Python is like a dynamically typed programming languages? How we can say Java is not? Anyone?
The
Anyone?
memory space will be taken in Python and JavaScript depends on value.
Okay.
In JavaScript, it depends on data type.
JavaScript is dependent on data type. JavaScript or Java?
Java. JavaScript or Python are taken in memory space depends on value. Java is depends on data type.
Yeah. Now see, let me explore. Okay. See, first let's go with Java. Okay. In Java, how to create a variable? Everyone knows now. In Java, can you create a variable store 1000? How we can create a variable in Java?
Int a equal to 1000.
Yeah, simply into don't put like a or something. 1000 is amount, I said, so that your name is like amount, something like this you can give. Okay, na? Proper names you can give. Okay, okay then. Why we go for variable? I said variables are used for what?
Store some data.
Store some data or not? To store some data. Okay, first of all, okay, general question. I given one item to you. If you want to keep that item in one place, in that place, some empty space required or not? General thing. One item you want to keep somewhere, in that particular place, to keep that item, some space is required or not? Yes or no? General thing.
Yes.
In this case also, I want to store this 1000 means one item. If you want to store this 1000 somewhere, some space is required to keep this 1000 or not? Yes or no? Come on.
Yes.
It means, okay, whenever you create a variable to store this data, some space is required or not? Okay, in Java, how the space is allocated? That is the first question. Okay, how the space is allocated? First, my data type is what? In this case, what is my data type? Can anyone? What is my data type in Java?
Integer.
Integer or not? Okay, different data types are there in Java or not? Tell me some data types: integer, string, long,
Float.
boolean,
Double.
something like this. Okay, float, double, okay, char, byte, something like this. There is multiple data types over there. Okay, in Java, based on the data type, first they allocate the memory. See, based on the data type, first they allocate the memory. What is my data type here?
Int.
Integer. In Java, in .NET, if it is like an integer, they allocate, okay, a fixed memory. How much? 4 bytes memory they are going to allocate. How much memory allocated? 4 bytes memory. Okay. The space allocated in one area. Now, if you want to keep this item, okay, now first of all, where is that particular space that address is required or not? Yes or no? Simply, I said like, hey, can you keep this item? Okay, in one area. I said, what's your next question? In that area, you said, okay, where exactly the location, the space where it is, that the address is required. Then only, right? I can go and keep that item. Yes, no? That the address is not there. You said like space is there. Where is the space? Where is that space? Where is that location to keep this 1000? That location address is required or not? Yes or no? Come on. Whenever the space allocated, that space, okay, they assigned an address to the space. That address you can say your, what is this? Come on, your variable name or not. So the address name is like what? Your variable name. So I know the address now, amount. Okay, I have the space in that address. How much space is there? How much
4
space is there?
bytes.
Okay,
4 bytes.
4 byte space. Okay, in that 4 byte space, can I keep, what is this?
Value also.
Okay, I can keep this value or not? I can keep this value or not? Yes or no? Dana? Yes, no. Okay, now in which address my 1000 is there? In which address my 1000 is there? One. In which address my 1000 is there? Amount address or not? So if you want 1000, you have to go to that address. You can get that value or not. So, okay, if you want 1000, how we can represent 1000? By using that variable name is nothing but your address name or not. Agreed? Now tell me, whenever I go to this amount address, what value I can get it? What is the value I can get it?
1000.
I can get the 1000 value or not. Agreed, everyone? Okay. Okay then. Now I'm going to write one more example, Java only. Just you only tell. Int my amount only again. This time, okay, big amount is there. Okay. Okay then. Now tell me the procedure in Java. First, what happened? What is the procedure? First of all, data type it is going to find. What is the data type?
Int.
If it is like integer in Java, first how much memory allocated?
4 bytes.
4 bytes memory. That memory location means that memory address is what?
Amount.
Your variable name. Variable name. So you have a space. You have a space. How much space is there? 4 bytes. Now you want to keep this item or not? Yes or no? I want to keep this item. So can I keep this item here? Yes, I can keep it. Now tell me, by seeing this one, what is the difference between this one and this one? What is the difference?
This is short range of value, this is long range of value.
It's a kind of 4 bytes memory allocated to my 1000. That is enough or not? Yes or no? There has some space still there. Okay. To place 1000, enough space is there or not? To place or to store 1000, my 4 bytes memory enough or not? But here to store this data, is my 4 bytes memory is enough?
Not enough.
Not, right? It is exceeded or not? Understood, right? The problem here in Java. In Java, first allocated the memory and then place the value. There may be a chance of getting this kind of errors or not. Yes or no? What is that error? You only see now. Just you can check it. This is my Java program now. Okay. Now, if it is like an amount, integer, something like this. Now, 4 bytes memory enough to place what? 34343. If I write something like this, is my 4 bytes memory is enough to this big value? Is it enough or not enough? Tell me, is it enough? No, right?
No.
So what error you get it? Integer number is like too large. Why this error means in Java, first allocated the memory and then place the value or not. Yes or no? In Java, we allocated memory when? Come on. We allocated memory when? First, we fixed that memory and then we are going to try to place the value or not. Yes or no? But come to Java and Python, JavaScript and Python. If you create a variable in JavaScript, okay, or Python, there is no data types. My data type there also, they are not represents the type of your data. So treat it like there is no data type. Whenever you create a variable in JavaScript or Python, they not allocated the memory first. They not allocated the memory first. They not fixed the memory first. If I fix it like this 4 bytes, always 4 bytes only. It's not exceeded. Okay, it's not extended. Whenever you come to JavaScript or Python, they not allocated the memory, but whenever you try to use this value, that time dynamically how much memory is required, that much memory they are going to allocate. To this one, how much memory is required? 1000. Okay, less amount of memory is enough. So that how much required, that much memory only they allocate. For example, now this time my amount equals to this much big number is there. Whenever this much big number is there in Python or JavaScript, they not allocated the memory first. Whenever you use this particular variable, now dynamically how much memory required, that much memory allocated or not. Whenever dynamically how much required, that much memory allocated, is there any chance to get okay, no memory errors? Is there any chance to get it? Dynamically how much required, that much memory allocated, right? But in Java, what happened? First allocated the memory and then place the value. If the value is big, then the time you can get the error. But in JavaScript and Python, they allocated memory first. No, they dynamically allocated how much required or not. That the reason, if you come to JavaScript, if you come to Python, you can take. Now my amount equals to 1000. Now see, my amount equals to 1000. Yes, amount equals to 1000 loaded. Now, if the amount is like this much big number, tell me, if amount is not this much big number, okay, now they allocated memory first, no, right? They allocated memory dynamically. There is no chance to get like, okay, no memory errors. How much is required? That much memory they allocated dynamically or not. If you come to the JavaScript also, now this is my 1000, that's okay. If I write like a big number, something like this, now see, it is like, there is no error. Why? Because to this particular value, how much memory required, that much memory they allocated dynamically or not. Yes or no? Agreed or not? Now you can read this statement. JavaScript and Python, there are dynamically typed programming languages or not? The memory allocated for the variable, okay, dynamically or not? But Java, is it allocated the memory dynamically? They fixed it first. In Java, the memory allocated when? When? Dynamically allocated, first only they allocated.
First
They
only they are.
allocated memory first and then place the value or not. So that, okay, this is the statement you have to use. Okay, the statement is like what? JavaScript and Python both are like what? JavaScript and Python both are like what? JavaScript and Python both are like what?
Dynamically.
Are like dynamically typed programming languages. What about my Java? Is my Java
Is it
is
statical?
typed programming language? No, right? Okay, .NET also no. .NET also no. Understood? Any questions so far? Anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions so far? Shall we move to the next one? Okay, the next concept is like what? Functions or not. Now tell me, general answer. Okay, why we go for functions? In any programming language, tell me, no problem. In any programming language, why we go for functions? In any programming language, why we go for functions?
Functions are used to executing the block of code.
Functions are used for to execute the block of statements. Okay. Any other answers?
Code reusability.
Code
Code
reusability, right? Reusability. Okay, give me one scenario. Okay, in this case, okay, the functions are required. Something like this. Can you give me one scenario? Any scenario.
To add data, we will create a function, and whenever required, we will call the function.
Okay. Okay, for example, you can take one simple scenario. Okay, one person is there. Okay, one person is there. You want to find the sum of 10, 20. So first, okay, one variable hold 10, another variable hold 20. Okay, the next one more variable is like find the sum, and finally he printed sum, console.log of sum. Yes, no? Yes, sir. Now one more person also there. This person also required, okay, the same kind of functionality, so that he also used something like this, and one more person also there. Like this, 10 members are there. Okay, 10 members require find the sum of 10, 20 only, so that they are like individual. They written like first person these 4 lines of code, second person these 4 lines of code, third person also like this 10 members written. By seeing this one, is it the recommended way of writing the code or not? First question. Is it the recommended way of writing the code? No. Why? Because in any programming language you can take it, writing the duplicate code is not the recommended one. Here you written 4 lines of code. Here also same 4 lines of code. Here also same 4 lines of code. Overall, you written, okay, 10 into 4, 40 lines of code. Okay, those are like 4 lines only repeated 10 times or not? Yes, no? Agreed, everyone? Okay, this is each and every person written their own, they get the proper output only. They get like expected output only. Expected output is like 30. Everyone get it. But it is not the recommended way. Is not the recommended way. Why? Because, okay, wherever the functionality, find the sum of 10, 20, use multiple places. Don't write the code in each and every place. Can you write, okay, can you create one function with that functionality? Can you use that functionality wherever you want, how many times you want? Yes or no? Okay, so that here the 10, 20, find the sum of 10, 20 functionality 10 times I want. You written 10 times. That is not the recommended one. Why? Because you written the duplicate code. Instead of writing 10 times, can you write one function to represent that functionality? Can you use that functionality wherever you want? Can you use that functionality wherever you want? Yes, no? Okay, so that to avoid this, okay, it is not a recommended one, but it is going to work. Okay, I don't want to go with this approach. Then what do you want me to do? Can you write or create a function with this functionality? Okay, so first of all, can you create a function? So if you want to create a function, first what do you know? You should know in JavaScript, what is the syntax to create a function or not? What is the syntax to create a function or not? So tell me, what is the syntax to create a function in JavaScript? Come on, what is the syntax to create a function in JavaScript? Very simple syntax. Okay, go with the basic. Function keyword, function keyword. After that, function name. After that, function name. After that, the representation. After that, the block of statements to keep. The statements, if you want to keep in the block, open the block and close the block. In between, you can write some statements. In between, you can write some statements, whatever you want. This is the basic syntax of your function or not. Function keyword, function name, and function representation, and open block. It's going to open the block and it is going to close the block here. In between, what kind of functionality you want to handle, that functionality related source code, you have to write it or not. This is the general normal syntax in JavaScript to create a function. So actual function, can we write it? Right. Function keyword is required. So that function name. Come on, function name. What's my function name? As per this requirement, what is my function name? Again, variable name, whenever you create, that is always represents the data, right? Amount, 1000 is my amount. So that I put the variable name is like an amount. Here also same, the function name always should represents what kind of functionality it is handled or not. Yes or no? So the function name can be anything, but it is not recommended way of writing anything. You should always write the function name which should reflect or which should tell something about the functionality which you handled or not. So here you can write the function name. Okay, very simple. Find sum or something like this. Anyway, you are going to find the sum only or not. Done. The next one is like representation, and open the brace and closing the brace. In between, whatever the functionality related statements are there, just you can keep it or not. Done. Agreed, everyone? You just written a function or not. Okay, you created a function. What next? You created a function means just you written some statements, okay, which is represent some functionality. But when you can get the service, when you can get the output from the function, when you can get the services from the function, you written a function, you created a function, it doesn't mean like it's directly provide you the service. It doesn't mean like directly it is provide the service to you. Now tell me, if you have a function in your hand, what you can do? That is the question. In your hand, one variable is there. What you can do? I given one variable player name. What you can do? Just use it now. Variable name means variable contains what? Some value. That value you can use it wherever you want. In your hand, one variable is there means you can use it. In your hand, one function is there. What you can do? You can call it. You can invoke it. So my question is, again, in any programming language, how we can invoke one function? That is the question. In any programming language, how we can invoke one function? Function invoking or function call. How we can invoke? Tell me.
By using the function name.
Function name and call it. Okay, if you want to invoke function name and call it. This is the way we can invoke the function or not. Yes or no? Now, if you come here, what is my function name? What is my function name?
Find sum.
Okay, here like sum, right? Okay, find sum or not. So here find sum. Here find sum. Find sum. So this is the way we can invoke your function or not. Whenever you invoke, whenever you call the function, okay, inside this function, how many statements are there? Inside the function, how many statements are there?
4 statements is there.
There has 4 statements, right? So whenever you call the function, those 4 statements are going to execute or not. Whenever you call the function, those 4 statements are going to execute or not. Agreed? Yes or no? Okay, this is called as this one we can call like a function calling or function invoking or not. So here you defined a function. Who required that functionality? Find the sum of 10, 20. Who required? The first person required. So that you can ask that first person, can we get the functionality from this function? Can we invoke it? Yes or no? Okay, the next one is like find sum. Can we invoke it? Okay, like this. How many? How many members are there? There has 10 members are there. These 10 members can invoke that function or not. Find sum. Now tell me, how many times you written the code? In the past, okay, everyone written 4 lines of code, 40 lines of code you written. 40 lines of code you written. Yes or no? 40 lines of code you written. Okay, but now, come on, but now how many lines of code you written?
14 minutes.
How many lines of code you written? Only 4 lines of code you written or not? Only 4 lines of code you written or not? Agreed? Okay, yes or no? So tell me about the functions now. Tell me why we go for functions. Anyone by seeing this one? The functions in any programming language, this definition is common. The functions which are used for what? To represent some functionality, which can be, okay, which can be used in how many places you want, how many times you want or not. That functionality you can invoke how many times you want, how many places you want or not. Yes or no? The functions always represent some functionality, okay, which contains some block of statements, represent some functionality. That functionality you can use in how many places? Okay, no problem. Okay, first person one place, second person like this. How many times? 10 times. How many places, how many times you want, that many times you can use it or not. Agreed? Got my point? Okay, here in any programming language, if you see something like this, one statement in any programming language, I'm telling, okay, somewhere you see something like this. What do you think in your mind? What you think about this statement? Immediately in your mind, okay, one statement has to trigger. What is that? Not
It's
only
a function.
JavaScript, not only JavaScript, any programming language in this software. Okay, how many technologies are there? All the technologies, this statement is common. Okay, in your mind, what do you think about this one? Tell me.
Function invoking.
Okay, you are calling a function or not? Simple. You are calling a function. Okay, you are calling a function. That's okay. Okay, here calling, you are calling a function. Which function you are calling? You are calling which function? Okay, here F1 is there. You are calling which function?
F1 function.
F1 function or not? Now you are calling F1 function means my type of F1 should be what? Type of F1 or my F1 should be what?
Object.
F1 should be what? You only said, right? You are calling F1 function means my F1 is what? You are calling
Function.
F1 function means my F1 is what? F1 should be a function or not. Understood? Yes or no? Okay. Okay, then these statements, if you're okay, now this is the time for learn some error messages. This is the time for learn some error messages. Okay. Now let's go. First, in your console, if you write this, what do you think? In your console, if you write like this, what do you think about this? Hmm? Tell me.
Printing location,
Your
LOC.
location, perfect. Okay, if you run this one, is it like location is going to print or it gives something else?
Error.
What is that error? What is that error? Come on, location is
Not defined.
defined. This is okay, important thing for me. Okay, whenever you see this error, location is not defined, what exactly it is meaning? Okay, you are trying to access one member, that member is defined or not defined? That member means, don't think like always variable or a function. It is variable, it is a function, it is a class also in future. Okay, that's the reason I used the terminology like, okay, general terminology, member. That can be a variable, that can be a function, that can be something else. Okay, so here my console.log of location. My console.log of location. Okay, what is this error? What is this error? Location is not defined. Whenever you see this error, location is not defined, what it meaning? What it means? You not defined the location. You not defined the location or not. You not defined the location or not. Yes or no? Agreed? You not defined the location or not. Okay. So whenever you get this error, how we can fix it? One is like, you define a location, something like this or not. You can define a variable. Now, if I write like console.log of location, now you can get the Mumbai or not. Yes or no? Come on. Yes, no. Whenever you see this kind of error, okay, it means that particular member not defined in that context. So how to fix it? You can define it. Okay, it is like location. Location can be anything. So that I just choose like a variable. So that my variable name and my variable value. Variable name and variable value or not. Yes or no? Agreed? Up there, okay? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then. Next. Okay, let me refresh it. Console.log of, okay, runs. Tell me, what's your answer?
Runs
What's
is not
your answer?
defined.
Runs
Run
undefined.
not defined. Okay, why? Because my runs variable or anything, that member is not there. That the reason you can get the error is like what? Runs not defined or not. So how we can fix this error? First, you can define a member. Member can be anything. I can choose my where runs equals to 20,000. My console.log of runs. Okay, 20,000 or not. Yes or no? Agree with me? Come on, tell me. All are okay? No. Okay, again, you have to answer. In your mind, what do you think about this statement? In your mind, what do you think about this statement? Come on.
Function call.
Function calling. Which function you are calling?
F1
So what is the type of F1?
function.
F1 should be function. If I click on enter, exact error message is what?
Function is not defined.
Which function?
F1 is not defined.
Yes, F1 is not defined. You are right. F1 is not defined. Why? Because this particular F1, they are not there in this context. They are not there in this context. Not there. So that you are right. Perfect. Okay. Now see. Now, can anyone tell me the exact output?
F1 is not a function.
You're right. Now the error is like F1 is not defined. Okay, something else.
Something else.
What is that?
It's not a function. It's
You are right. F1 is not a function or not. F1 is not a function. The difference you can see now. Now, whenever I return like console.log of LOC, in this particular context, LOC is not there. So that, okay, LOC is not defined error, you can get it. What is the fix for this? What is the fix? You created like LOC, okay, Mumbai. Okay, you can console.log of LOC, something like this, you can write it. Something like this, you can write it. Okay, na? Done. Now, if I write F1 like this, what exactly error you can get it? If I write like F1 like this, what error I can get it exactly? Here, two sections are there. In the first section, F1 is there. First, looking for F1. F1 there or not there? F1 there or not there? In this block only you can think. F1 there or not there?
Not there.
Not there. Whenever it is not there, what error you can get it?
F1 is not defined.
F1 is not defined or not? Yes or no? F1 is not defined. F1 is not defined. Now, if you come to this one, okay, if you come to this one, okay, now tell me, what error you can get it?
F1 is not a function.
Not a function. Why F1 is not a function? Means very simple. First variable created. This is a valid statement. If you come to this one, you can split it. This is one part two and this is one part or not. Two parts. First part F1. F1 there or not there? First tell. F1 there or not there? Simply.
There.
F1 defined or not defined?
Defined.
Defined. Now you can go to the next statement. If you merge these two statements, this is what? F1 F1 calling. Okay, so F1 function calling means F1 should be what?
Function.
Function. But actual my F1 value is what?
10.
10. It is what? Number. This statement is expecting what? F1 as a
Function.
function. But F1 you defined as what?
10.
Number. Is
10.
my number is a function?
No.
Is my number is a function? No, right? My F1 is what? A number. My F1 is not a function or not? Like this you can get the error. Understood? Now to fix this one, my F1 should be what? To fix this one, my F1 should be what? A variable. Okay. F1 should be a function.
Function should be a function.
F1 should be a function or not, so that you can define a function, you can call it or not. Whenever you get that not a function error, it means expected a function, received something else or not. Yeah, whenever you get not defined, means that member is not defined in that context or not. Understood? Come on. Agreed about these two error messages? Okay, na? Okay, then remaining things we'll see in the next session. Okay, can you prepare? Okay, I asked like in the group, no one is like prepare the notes. Okay, you're not responding. Just respond in the group. Okay, I didn't see any responses, one or two members, but lost. No one responded. Just try to write the answers to those questions, okay? And post in the group itself. Okay, na? Okay, today video will provide you, just you can go through this video, and tomorrow we can continue remaining things. Okay, tomorrow 2 sessions. Okay, 7 to 9 our actual session JavaScript, 9 to 10 bootstrap workshop. Okay, bootstrap workshop, both you can join. Okay, na? Okay then, thank you guys, thanks for joining.